This is extremely shocking. We had reported as early as, I think, 2 months back that Governor Patel is extremely upset. But let me read the statement itself by the governor. On account of personal reasons, I've decided to step down from my current position effective immediately. It's been my privilege and honor to serve in the Reserve Bank in various capacities over the years. The support and hard work of RBI staff, officers and management has been the proximate driver of the bank's considerable accomplishments in recent years. I take this opportunity to express gratitude to my colleagues and directors of the Central Board and wish them all the best for the future. Oh my God, I'm sorry I came in running and hence not able to take this. This is very, very serious news. Not a very pleasant day at all. Is it the prompt corrective action and that framework that the government didn't like?
I cannot hazard a guess that which
is it the
capital?
Is it the capital of the Reserve Bank?
No, you can't pinpoint at the particular thing right now unless he speaks out or government speaks out. So until that time, we need to be waiting for more information exactly what had transpired or what has compelled him to come to this conclusion.
Okay, so please stay on. Shireen is joining us from Delhi. Shireen, anything at all? I know you didn't have enough time to phone, but over the months and weeks and days, you have been speaking to people at North Block.
You know, Lata, let's be very clear. This was anticipated, it was expected, but one thought that perhaps some sort of a rapprochement, middle ground has been arrived at, but clearly that isn't the case. And my sense is that in the run-up to the 14th December board meeting of the Reserve Bank of India, perhaps there have been precipitating factors that have led to this decision. Now, the larger question is, if Urjit Patel has put in his papers, what about RBI Deputy Governor Viral Acharya? Because remember, the first speech that was made, in a sense, to sort of set the ball rolling on this rift and come public about the rift between the Reserve Bank and the governor came in from Viral Acharya. And the speculation actually was that, if anything, it would be Viral Acharya's head that would roll and not Urjit Patel's eventually. But it looks like Urjit Patel has decided to throw the towel in, so to speak. And this, you know, here we were expecting a verdict on Vijay Mallya, and that's what we were prepared for. And look how things have changed. But Lata, it clearly seems to indicate that the points of friction between the government and the Reserve Bank, those have not been adequately or satisfactorily addressed, perhaps in any meaningful way. Well, and maybe that's what's finally led to Urjit Patel's decision. I was almost sure that the November 19th decisions were not at all to the Reserve Bank's liking. They were not at all happy that the Basel norms had to be rolled down by 0.625%. What was worrisome also is that the governance committees are going to be set up for the next board meeting, and that was totally unpalatable. From the Reserve Bank angle, the feeling that it is an eminent board, but it is not a board that can take decisions on foreign exchange intervention, that can take decisions on monetary transmission, because they are beneficiaries of such decisions. So while they would be very good sounding boards, the Reserve Bank's position from any governor past, I mean, after all, if you remember, we spoke to Dr. Rangarajan on the issue, we spoke to Y.H. Maligam, and the opinion in unison was... Lata,
okay, we have...
Lata, just a second.
Sure.
Lata, we've got reactions. Yeah, we've got Mr. Yashwant Sinha joining us, the former finance minister. Mr. Sinha, you know, this was being speculated and now it is official. Urjit Patel has tendered in his resignation. He says on account of personal reasons. Your first comment, sir.
My first comment is one of shock, because in the meanwhile, after the last board meeting of the RBI, it was being pointed out that everything was hunky-dory, that all the issues had been resolved. So quite clearly, the resignation of Urjit Patel shows that nothing had changed and that things were quite as bad as they were before. And his resignation is a clear sign of the government trying to interfere with the working of the RBI. They're trying to destroy the autonomous character of the bank, that that is its due. And I personally feel that after the resignation of Urjit Patel, there is no reason for the finance minister to continue in his post. He should also tender his resignation.
Oh, Mr. Sinha, that would be very difficult.
Well, so far,
very difficult for the country, don't you think, sir?
And so far, Mr. Sinha, there has been no reaction from North Bloc just yet. But Mr. Sinha, how is this going to go down with, for instance, the IMF? And I ask you specifically about the IMF, sir, because the IMF had actually commented on the spat between the government and the Reserve Bank of India, and had also cautioned that the autonomy of the Reserve Bank of India was something to be protected. From an international perspective, from organizations like the World Bank, the IMF, foreign investors, how do you believe this will be read?
Not only by the IMF, but as you said, the foreign investors will read it very badly. They will be more convinced than ever before that everything is not all right with our system, that it is not merely the issue of one individual, it is the collapse of a system.